Okay, recording with the car running, slow walk around. This is at idle with the quiet mode set on the two-stage exhaust. You see the tires here. They're Nitto Invo tires, oversized on this model because you know, it was essentially a Z06 convertible. And forgive my amateur photography because I'm not well versed in the making videos realm. Never going to be a YouTube star. And these are the Billy Boat tri-flow exhaust in quiet mode. I'll put them in the second stage here in a little bit. You see the car is very straight. There's no scratches. There's no imperfections. No dings. It's been garaged its whole life with me, and I bought it at 13,000 miles. I can't speak for what it was before that. Again, you get an idea of the asymmetrical tread pattern on the Nitto Invos. They're really good tires for street. They don't have to get warmed up like a real high-performance tire, and I kind of like that. Because I don't like to drive the car hard anyway. So I'll open up the door here a little bit, and you can see it's a standard cashmere interior. Everything in the interior is stock except for the shifter, which is a MGW high-end short throw shifter, complete with the MGW shifter box, which is got superior bushings and everything else to the stock box. The car shifts really smooth, really easy. You know, that's the trademark of George at MGW. And you know, this particular model was standard with magnetic ride control and power top. And I'll open up the trunk here, and you can see the trunk is perfect. I don't normally keep it uncovered like this. I usually have a blanket in the trunk so that none of the carpet ever gets a chance at getting, you know, messed up. So and this piece right here drops down for extra storage, but if you want to have the top retractable, this has to be up. So you can get more storage. You can get a couple pairs of golf clubs in here, I think, but at the expense of not being able to put the top down. In fact, the top, if this is not up, the top won't go down. So get a little look on the passenger side. Again, you can see, you know, seats are in fantastic shape. Of course, the passenger seat's hardly used, but even the driver's seat's in good shape for, you know, GM was not renowned in the C6s of having fantastic seats, but starting in 2012, they remodeled them, and so the 12 and 13 models have much better seats than the prior C6s. You can see carpet's really clean, floor mats are really clean. I'm kind of fanatical about that. I like the cashmere because it doesn't get so hot, but it is a challenge to keep floor mats like that looking good. And you can see it has all the standard, you know, 2013 60th anniversary problems. Now what I'm going to do is go around and pop the hood. We'll go down here. So this is the LS7 with VR Ram Air. You can see that it's got its intake box right here, and that goes down to the front grille, so you have direct cold air injection. Works quite well. Pretty easy to install. Pretty easy to put the stock air box back if you need to or want to. This particular LS7 is had a lot of head work and is running a nice cam, and you can tell it still idles quite fine, but it makes almost 650 horsepower at the crank, and it's been dynoed at 550 on the rear wheels and about 500 foot-pounds of torque at the rear wheels. So what I'm going to do now is switch the exhaust over. I put a foot switch in so that if you were feeling saucy, you can hit the foot switch and run the exhaust in the open mode that normally comes on at about 3,000 RPM. The car's a lot louder, as you can tell. And then, of course, these models all had carbon fiber hood. I think the fenders are carbon fiber too, the front fenders, but I'm not sure. But definitely the hood's carbon fiber for getting weight. This car weighs about 3,350 pounds, which is quite a bit lighter than the C7s. And so, the reality is this car would probably run pretty close with a C7 Z06 because there's a huge weight advantage. And of course you can hear, obviously, much deeper, throatier exhaust. I have another video that shows just the exhaust and the Billy Boats and does a demonstration of that. But we'll do one more once around on the car. I also, when at 13,000 miles since I was doing the engine, I took all the brakes apart. I recoated the calipers in a color that I wanted, put new drums on all the way around, new pads. So essentially the brakes have 20,000 miles on them. Same with the tires. Rims are all factory rims. The center caps I changed to 60th anniversary center caps. The stock ones were just the regular Chevrolet emblems. And the car color is, I think it's called crystal red crystal red something. Crystal red. I'm sorry, that was a boo-boo. So you can tell with the car warmed up, this is how it idles. It's about 850 RPM. There's hardly noticeable lope in the cam. You can tell just a little bit. As soon as you get to about 1,000 RPM, you don't even hear any lope. But what you do feel is a lot more power. It definitely will outrun a stock Z06 by a wide margin. It's kind of hard to find one that's not dinged up or got some chips or, really looks this good. The other thing I liked about this particular car is a lot of these 2013 427s had kind of a decal on the hood, and I thought that was actually kind of ugly. I know a lot of cars had that. This one I liked because it was, number one, didn't have that. I was actually looking for the cashmere interior, the light colored interior, and that is really hard to find. They're almost all black. And if you're gonna run with the top down in the sun, having the cashmere is a big deal. So that's the different angles on the car. Obviously, sorry, wheels. I'm not quite sure how this video will turn out, but hopefully it's good enough to give you an idea of how clean the car is, how well cared for it has been. I only run AMSOIL 2050 oil in it, the most premium oil, and the oil filters. This, of course, has the dry sump, so it's almost 2 gallons of oil in the car. It's 10 quarts, actually. Is a normal oil change on these cars. So, again, it's very clean, very much a head turner, especially when they hear the exhaust.